Page 38, Morning. The top of the page is introducing you to a musical idea called a phrase. There are a couple ways of looking at this. Depends on you. You can say, well, if you haven't been confused before, sit down and hold on to your socks because you're about to get there. Or you can say, this is so similar to what we've had, it's really nothing new. Let's talk about it. A phrase is usually, doesn't have to be, is usually indicated by that curved line. We've already had the curved line to indicate a slur, which means connect the notes. And we've had a curved line to indicate a tie, which is two notes tied together. Well, a phrase uses that curved line also to indicate a phrase. A phrase is a musical sentence. You see, we talk in sentences. Generally, we talk in sentences. There'll be a little pause between each sentence or something. Might even take a breath between them. Same thing in music. We play music in musical sentences. And if you speed it up a little bit, if it's a slow piece, you can usually hear where it just makes sense where the sentences are. For instance, in this piece, it's that was all one thought. It was all one musical thought, one sentence, one phrase. And if you see the curved line, it actually goes across both lines, because when you get to the end of the first line, the curved line goes off into nowhere. And the second line, the curved line comes from nowhere. That means they're connected. It's the same curved line. And then the same thing on page 39. The first two lines, it's one phrase, one thought. So you connect them. You think of them as one thought. The difference between the slur and the phrase is, well, there's several, is with a phrase, you don't necessarily connect all the notes. You might disconnect some of them, and I'll explain that more when we get to them. With a slur, you connect the notes. With a phrase, you lift up between the phrases, so you can hear that difference and take a breath or something. With a slur, you don't always lift up before and after a slur. Most of the time you do, but you don't have to. So it depends on that curved line. Is that a slur or a phrase? Or it could be both. In this case, it's actually both, because this is a very connected piece, and you are going to connect all of this together and lift up between them, between the curved lines. And that is a phrase. I'll talk about that more as we go through the music, because it's important that you understand this slur, phrase, because they're both with the same symbol. Let's talk about morning. 3/4 time. It's on both pages, 38 and 39, so it's what, 6 lines long. Treble and bass clef. We got quarter notes and eighth notes, and there's a tie at the end. We can tie notes together, that's fine. Now, because the hands are playing one hand at a time most of the time, I'm going to go ahead and take both hands together. So the left hand starts, and you're starting thumb here on middle C. And the right hand, when it comes in on measure 6, is second finger here. So we're here. So we're in middle C position, where the thumbs are sharing middle C. So if you need to, you forget the rhythm and just get the notes. And I'm assuming you know the names of these notes. If you don't, drill yourself. Keep drilling yourself. Say it and play it. Just go C, A, G, F, G, A, C. Just drill yourself over and over and over until they start to be automatic. It's important. I don't agree with writing in the letter name of the note in the music. Some people will do that. That's like putting stickers on your keyboard to tell you what the keys are. You got to memorize them. So the sooner you memorize them, the better. So I would encourage you, don't put in the letter names of most of the time. There are times when you actually have to, but for most of the time, don't. Try and memorize these letter names. Anyway, you go through and put the hands together. I don't think there's any real surprises in here. Hopefully you understand the eighth notes on measure 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. See, in counting, I only do the 1 and 2 and thing when I need it. I don't do it forever. I'm too lazy to go 1 and 2 and 3 and, because I got eighth notes later on. I wait and do that when I get to the eighth notes, and then I'll add in that counting. And then at the last two measures, that F, remember that's tied. You're going to hold that down for 6 counts, and after the first 3 counts, then you add the F and the A in the left hand to it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then lift up. So go through and get the notes okay, and the rhythm okay, and no hesitations okay. Put in the phrasing, and lift up between these phrasing. There's no other articulation but the phrasing. Then the dynamics. MP is mezzo piano, it's sort of soft. Sort of soft, not soft, sort of soft. What do you think sort of soft? It'll be different in different situations. Then when you get to measure 9, right hand, you go up to sort of loud. Not loud, just sort of. Remember, it is morning. And then when you get to measure 17, you go back down to moderately soft or medium soft. And you're going to finish it that way. Okay. Speed, gently moving. Well, you can actually find recordings of the Peere Gynt Suite. You can go listen to the recordings of it. Get into the music and you start feeling the music. If you feel like getting a little louder or softer in places, do it. That's what feeling is. Because you don't want to always just stay at exactly that level. That MP at the beginning, you don't have to play all of that at exactly that level. If you feel it getting a little louder and softer in places, go for it. I like to play it with you slowly. And let's check that you have the right note at the right time. You should be playing the same note I'm playing at the same time. I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go. Three. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Two, three, 1, 2, 3, off. I'd like to do the duet part at the bottom, and you can play what you just played. I'll speed it up a little bit. I'll give us 3 counts. Now this duet has just got a bunch of dotted half notes in it, and I need to play something on the beat. So I'm going to go ahead and play quarter notes in the right hand. I'll make something up so I can play on the beat so we can stay together. And again, I need you to go up an octave on the keyboard. So pretend middle C goes up here and is up here. This is middle C. And you're up here in middle C position. Up here. Play it all up here. 1, ready, go.